that, whatever, talking with a live stream. Some of those live streams I see, they're just moving, but that's people that are, you know, they got like a fucking 100,000 people in their thing, and it's like, I'm not Asmongold. I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about that. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about that. The drawing part is just to have something for people to watch, because, like, the real thing is, you know, that people are talking about stuff. Hopefully, you know, if we could talk about stuff like current events without people freaking out, that would be great. You know, that's something I think that people have lost as of late, is the ability to talk with other people whom they disagree with. Now it's just like, no, you're a Nazi, you're a woke, you're this, you know, and it's like, I think as soon as we get away from that, I think the better off we'll be, you know, when reasonable discourse can take back over, because otherwise people are just going to be radical, that's all, on both sides. You're going to get radical right wing, radical left wing, and then you're going to get radical apathy from the middle. Then what? What happens then when nobody gives a shit about anything? It's not good. It's not good, people. So hopefully I can have some of that kind of, you know, in my live stream. It'd be nice to talk to people, you know, and actually just talk instead of scream. I think it's possible. I got faith in human beings. I got faith. I think people can do it. I just think it hasn't been expected for so long that people just don't. They don't do it. That's why. So, get away from that. Like, there's no. I mean, and I don't even know when it happened where people couldn't talk anymore. Like, when that switched over. I really couldn't tell you. Sometime in the last 10 years, 15 years. Sad. You know, I've always prided myself on my ability to get along with people. You know, I was a bartender for a long time, and I had to deal with all sorts of people. People on the right, people on the left, all sorts of people. And I was able to get along with people because I just didn't give a shit. Even when we would talk like politics and stuff, I was able to be like, no, this is, you know, this is what I think. And got them to step away from their insanity for a second and be like, yeah, I guess, you know. And I would tell them the same thing, like, hey, you know, like, I don't agree with everything said this person has to say, or vice versa, you know. And I think people, there's just so much screaming going on, as you know, that nobody can get their point across, you know. That's all. Or that's all they do is get their point across, but they don't want to hear the other person's point, you know? That's not good. You gotta be able to hear somebody else's point of view. You really do. Alright, we're almost done, peeps. Got a little space thing going on here. Wanted to put some other stars. Now you see, if I didn't have this nebula, if this suction thing scooping up all the people off the world wasn't in this nebula, this blank area, it'd get mixed in with all these stars. I can't have that. The galactic background. Nothing too crazy. Get it around the pot here. Yeah, so hopefully that's what I can do on my channel. Like I said, I don't know how it works. I've never had a live stream channel before, so, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm sure there's going to be people on there that are just there to be an asshole. But like I said, I'll be drawing most of the time, so I won't have all this time to, like, read the chat. I'll look at it here and there, you know, while I'm drawing. That's why I want to have the TV going while I'm doing it, so that I can watch the chat and maybe respond a little bit here and there. We'll see. Best part is I just want people to come in and have fun, enjoy the art. Maybe, you know, talk your point. Because ideally, I'll start the live out with like a discussion topic. Okay, today on the live we're going to discuss, you know, AI. Today on the live we're going to discuss current events with America and China. Today on the live we're going to discuss, you know, this and that going on in America. Homelessness in America. Drug epidemic in America. You know, and just, you know, go from there. College in America. Trade skills in America. Immigration in America. And hopefully we can get some actual discourse between people in there. Some reasonable discourse. And people can relax and talk, you know, and debate the way it used to be done. Instead of just being like, I'm gonna fucking kill you and blow your heart, you know. So that's the goal. And doing some art on the side. And like I said, people that donate at the end of the thing, you know, I would just put up everybody that donated. I'd assign them a number and put them on the wheel of probability, and the wheel of probability would spin and land on a number, and then said number would get the picture we're working on. And that'd be like a little perk I'd do. That's all, you know. Because I've only been drawing this thing for like an hour-ish, and it's almost done. Almost done. Yeah. Okay, we're going to 0-1 that. So got all the people getting sucked up from the world. They're all getting recycled in the cloud and spit back down into hell. And make it a little darker down here so it seems like more people are down there. Notice a lot of people are getting sucked up from the earth. Yep. Alright. So, got that part, got that. And with the nebulas, I like doing a little extra, you know, kind of thing like that. Just to make it a little spacey looking. Ooh, little, you know, just so it's not one line, it's kind of a mixed line. And just barely hold the pen so that it makes a very light line. Yep, Dark Side Phil. I'd love to leave him a super thanks or whatever, but he'd just be like, you're a detractor. I can't believe this. They'll find me anywhere. They'll start new accounts and everything. Or just kind of give people a little bit of grief here and there, and quartering and not iDubbbz. I don't even know where he's at. I have no desire to see him on a live. The guy's kind of blank. He's like a blank person, in my opinion. In my opinion, of course. So we gotta put a couple of dots in these clouds here. Nothing too crazy. Got the sun popping through. It's a beautiful morning. Alright. Well, I think that's about it. I'm going to sign her little name down here. Oh, did I miss a little spot there? Alright. I put some dots down here for that space. Okay. So, we do a little protection. Protect your work, people. Protect your work. And then sign and date. Thank you so much, everybody, for swinging by today on this art and talk session for this little illustration that we've made. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Here's some of my information. My TFG Concepts is my YouTube channel. I'll be debuting on Kick tonight. TFG Concepts on Kick. And that's the Buy Me a Coffee. Anyone Can Art 3394. Thanks for swinging by, everybody, and hope to see you again.